All right, Genesis chapter 18. Um, this is like 13 years. It took 13 years later for God to reach out and say, "Hey, let's have a kid now. Let's not have it on your terms. Gotta have it on my terms." He's still with them, you know. A son promised to Sarah. The Lord appeared again to Abraham. The Lord appeared again to Abraham while he was camped near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. One day about noon, as Abraham was sitting at the entrance to his tent, he suddenly noticed three men standing nearby. He got up and ran to meet them, welcoming them by bowing low to the ground. "My lord," he said, "if it pleases you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shade of this tree while my servants get some water to wash your feet. Let me prepare some food to refresh you. Please stay a while before continuing on your journey." All night they said, "Do as you have said." So Abraham ran back to the tent and said to Sarah, "Quick, get 3 measures of your best flour and bake some bread." Then Abraham ran out to the herd and chose a fat calf and told a servant to hurry and butcher it. When the food was nearby, he took some cheese curds and milk and the roasted meat, and he served it to the men. As they ate, Abraham waited on them there beneath the tree. "Where is Sarah, your wife?" they asked him. "In the tent," Abraham replied. Then one of them said, "About this time next year I will return, and your wife will have a son." Now Sarah was listening to this conversation from the tent nearby, and since Abraham and Sarah were both very old, and Sarah was long past the age of having children, she laughed silently to herself. "How could a worn out woman like me have a baby?" she thought. "And when my master, my husband, is also so old." So maybe Abraham told her last year or something that they were going to have a baby, and she didn't really believe it. Abraham may have not even believed it. So these men came to tell him in person that this is going to happen. And Sarah still laughed at it, like, how can this happen, you know? But if you think about it, God's time is not our timing, once again. Who cares about age? Age is just a number. And it's just like that in this book. Age is just a number. Keep living your life, keep grinding until you die, you know? Give it your all. Give it your all in everything you do. Because you never know what God wants from you. I don't know what God wants from me. I'm trying to watch less TV and phone time and all of that stuff to try to figure that out, and just try to live my life. I wanted to go to a comedy show tonight. What? Sorry. I wanted to go to a comedy show tonight, but I feel like I'm trying not to watch other people's lives, you know? I'm trying to watch my own life and see where God wants me to go. Instead of me watching someone else make me laugh or whatever, paying someone else's salary to see them laugh. I need to make my own way and kind of see where God wants me to go. I'm not saying get rid of entertainment all the time, but this may be a time where I have to put down the button and be like, hey, maybe instead of watching a basketball game, go play basketball on your own. Things like that. Instead of watching other people, go do it, you know? So, that's what I get from this, if that makes sense. Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Why did she say, 'Can an old woman like me have a baby?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? About a year from now, just as I told you, I will return, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she denied that she had laughed. But he said, "This is not true. You did laugh." God knows you. Don't lie to him. Be real with him. That's what he wants. Abraham intercedes for Sodom. This is the last little bit, and then we'll end this chapter. Then the men got up from their meal and started on towards Sodom. Abraham went with them part of the way. "Should I hide my plan from Abraham?" the Lord asked. "For Abraham will become a great and mighty nation, and I and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord and do what is right and just. Then I will do for him all that I have promised." So the Lord told Abraham, "I have heard that the people of Sodom and Gomorrah are extremely evil, and as everything they do is wicked. I am going down to see whether or not these reports are true. Then I will know." The two other men went on towards Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham for a while. Abraham approached him and said, "Will you destroy both innocent and guilty alike? Suppose you find 50 innocent people there within the city. Will you destroy it and not spare it for their sakes? Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the innocent with the guilty. Why would you be treating the innocent and the guilty exactly the same? Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is right?" And the Lord replied, "If I find 50 innocent people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake." Then Abraham spoke again, "Since I have begun, let me go on and speak further to my Lord, even though I am but dust and ashes. Suppose there are only 45. Will you destroy the city for the lack of 5? And the Lord said, "I will not destroy it if there are 45. Then Abraham pressed his request further. "Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it if there are 40. Please don't be angry, my Lord." I bet the Lord is probably just annoyed by Abraham. He's probably an annoying guy. It's just what it seems. Let me speak. Suppose only 30 are found. And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy it if there are 30. And Abraham said, "Since I have dared to speak to the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there are only 20. The Lord said, "I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Finally, Abraham said, "Lord, please do not get angry. I will speak once more. Suppose only 10 are found." And the Lord said, "Then for the sake of the 10, I will not destroy it." He could have just gone straight to 10, Isn't that crazy? Because Abraham's probably an annoying guy, but the Lord is patient. He's patient with us. He's patient with Abraham. And he didn't even want to tell Abraham that he was going to make many nations with him, because probably how annoying he is, But the Lord chose him. How odd or whatever he is, the Lord chose him. The Lord went on his way when he had finally finished his conversation with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his tent. That's it for chapter 19, or 18, sorry, chapter 18. We'll go on to chapter 19 tomorrow. That's it. Making good progress. I kind of missed this when I didn't do it the other day, so I've kind of made it a routine. So, off to bed. Talk later.